That's another issue. How do we create the energy as the larger community?
Collecting needles every day, having to deal with attempted break-ins, dumpster diving, and on and on. And I tell them, well, I'm going to call, I have to call 911, you need to leave, and they just laugh.
We haven't had as many robberies or stabbings as we had at the beginning of this season. It was pretty rough.
This side, split up this side, do 20 minutes here, 20 minutes there, and then flip. Okay. So maybe we can have you, and I apologize, I had no idea.
Yeah, I thought there were just two more people coming.
So we'd still, and we had some questions that we wanted to throw out and then kind of let the community, you know, jump in and ask some questions as well.
Police and thieves in the street.
He said, "Oh, that's so-and-so leader of this gang, you know, 10 feet from us."
Done a really great job.
And what is your strategy? I have two questions. One, what is your strategy for addressing the gang movement now in the park, which is different from the transient heroin addicts? And my second question is, what do you guys need to, is it more, like if we as neighborhood members push on the city council and the mayor, what is it that you need from them to be more effective? Like where can we push?
All a peacemaker, turn war officer. Hear what I say. Police and thieves.
Hey, good. How you doing?
You need a game.
Yeah. How you doing?
Excellent.
So you heard about this situation right after you guys came. You know, we got our windshields bashed in.
Right.
She wants to know if like there's enough room to split down,
I know.
if they've got all the officers, or you want to have it.
I hope this will be the first of many opportunities to get the community together to talk about this really important issue. The other thing other person I want to commend is Eli Goldberg, who's sitting in the back. He is a very recent resident to Capitol Hill, and I'm just very impressed with his what he's done in getting Councilmember O'Brien out this past weekend with select community members to have one-on-one conversations about personal things that have happened with them and things that are extremely important to them, and representing pretty much all of you within the community on this issue. So if you haven't had, you can probably talk to Christopher here. He was also there documenting, and he has a really good site up that shows a lot of information. And please have a chance to talk to Eli. I mean, we really need to partner with this guy. He's a great advocate for all of us here. So thanks again for that.
Jerry and I had been going through at least once a week just to kind of address it as a hotspot, policing spot, just to get some more emphasis in there. We have stopped that as of the past week and a half, 2 weeks or so, just because the winter months have come in and most of our travelers have kind of moved on because it is seasonal. So what we have seen is that things have died down a bit. The camping is, I would assume most of you guys are residents or walk through would probably agree that some of the camping has subsided a little bit. We haven't had as many robberies or stabbings as we had at the beginning of this season. It was pretty rough for me.
I try to keep my building exterior as spotless and good looking as possible because I found that neglect attracts abuse.
Right.
So,
Is it legal for us to physically
I manage a building on the corner of Denny and 11th Avenue East, and I can look down from my living room and see a lot that goes on in the park. But a lot of the trouble in the park, of course, bleeds over into my building, and it's absolutely seasonal. And I've managed that building for over 7 years now. I found myself looking forward to cold weather because I don't have to deal with the problems that the people in the park bring to my building. Cleaning up human waste, collecting needles every day, having to deal with attempted break-ins, dumpster diving, and on and on. And I encourage my tenants to call, of course. And when I call on a regular basis, people around the building trying to break in, trying to get into our backyard. And I tell them, well, I'm going to call, I have to call 911, you need to leave. And they just laugh. And I'm not trying to criticize you because I absolutely appreciate what you do, but they know that there's going to be a timeline that they can continue on with their mischief and then go about their business knowing that you're not going to show up. But I encourage my tenants to keep calling anyways, because the reports that go on in the background, just knowing that this is a place where these things continue. So I continue to try to encourage my tenants to make those phone calls, even if we don't see you arrive and cart these people off.
So where are we going to put homeless people? Where's the shelter going to be? It's not that we don't have
Madison Park. What's that?
It already is in Madison Park. That's where people camp. We would like for it not to become permanently Unpaving Paradise and Summit Slope Park, which it's become. And certainly I think most folks would prefer it not be Cal Anderson Park. And thirdly, we would like it to have showers. So that's another issue. How do we create the energy as the larger community to see that we can provide more, whatever kind of housing is appropriate for people who are really too low income or too young or too out of it, to know how to deal with an apartment.